people think of me as a kind of gobby, foul-mouthed comedian, and they may be surprised to know that one of my absolute childhood heroes was Mr. Eric Morcambe, who's an absolute genius. I think he'd have made a brilliant dinner guest, and sadly he's passed away, so cooking near his statue is about as near as I'm going to get to that. So I hope you enjoy it, Eric. Now, another Lancashire comedian superstar from the 30s and 40s was Mr. George Formby, and he sang brilliant double entendre-filled songs like My Little Stick of Blackpool Rock. Hit it, fellas!
Every year when summer comes round, off to the sea I go. Now I don't care if I do spend £1, I'm rather rash, I know. See me dressed like all the sports, in me blazer and a pair of shorts, with a little stick of Blackpool Rock. Along the promenade I stroll. It may be sticky, but I never complain. It's nice to have a nibble at it now and again. Every day, wherever I stray, the kids all round me flock. One afternoon the band conductor upon his stand somehow lost his button and it flew out of his hand. So I jumped in his place and then conducted the band with a little stick of Blackpool.
Hey! Excellent. Thank you very much, chaps. That was absolutely brilliant. I'm going to cook you up some Morcambe Beach shrimps, so if you want to help yourself to a drink there. Brian, come and tell me about the George Formby Society while I'm doing it. Now, are you a local man?
I am, yeah. Well, actually, I'm not local, but I've lived here for 32 years. I'm from Bolton originally.
All right. And have you had Morcambe Beach shrimps before? I imagine you must eat them every day.
I've always wanted them and never had them, no.
Well, they're very simple to make. Here we are. I'm going to melt some butter in there. It's going to take a while. Tell me about the George Formby Society, because I know it's an extraordinary big society, isn't it? I know friends who are in it.
It's an amazing society with probably well over 1,000 members. And they hold 4 conventions a year, quarterly, and the conventions at the moment are...
This is where everyone turns up, don't they?
Everybody turns up.
And you all play the same songs at the same time.
Well, that's called a thrash. Sometimes that happens.
Thrash Formby.
Yeah, everybody gets up onto the stage and plays the same song, but now you've got people from 8 years old to 80 plus, and the 8-year-olds are much better than I am.
Yeah.
Playing. It's a fantastic society, it really is.
He's credited with kind of inventing that style of playing, isn't he? It's called the Formby style,
It is the Formby style, it is, yeah.
It's full of weird things like triples and things that I don't understand.
Split strokes, all kind of...
strokes. Show us a split stroke.
You would ask me that, wouldn't you? Well, this is how it's supposed to be done.
That's the one I can't play. How long did that take you to master, that stroke?
I've not mastered it yet.
Yeah, but how long did it take you to get that good?
About a year, and I can't. No, I can't.
Yeah.
You wear your nails away. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I do anyway.
Now, Morcambe Beach shrimps. Very simple.
This is the potted variety.
The potted variety.
Can't wait.
Got some butter in there. Quite a lot of butter. Going to put some cayenne pepper in there. And we're going to put some mace in there. Mace is an ancient spice and is actually the ground down husk of the nutmeg seed. And we're going to put a bay leaf in there. If you'd like to stir that for me. You're making a marvellous kitchen assistant.
Oh, thank you very much.
Next comes a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice. These are shrimps that I caught myself this very afternoon.
Very impressed.
With a man called Edmondson.
Ah.
You aware of Edmondson's fish shop in Yorkshire Street?
I've been meaning to go for the last 32 years.
It's a brilliant shop. And that basically is Morcambe Beach shrimps. I'm leaving those shrimps to absorb the flavours, while my sous chef Brian sets to work with a knife and butters at some fresh local bread. Normally, of course, you'd have these cold because they'd be preserved with a layer of butter over the top there and put in the fridge, and they'd keep for about 5 days. But, we're going to have them warm. How are you getting on with the bread there, Brian?
Slowly. Yeah. I'm probably laying it on a bit thick. But...
Laying it on a bit thick. Before I serve up these shrimps, I better check they taste okay. Well, the perk of being a cook after all. Just have a little taste myself before I start. I mean, they were delicious before, but I think they're more delicious now. They do have a fantastic flavour. Slightly heavy on the mace. Let's hope they don't notice. Don't worry if you're not catching all of this. There'll be recipe details just a bit later on. You become Mr. Fanny Craddock. Right, I've got my potted shrimps ready. If we bring this over to the table here. Hello, chaps. Little treat for you here.
Oh, thank you.
Have a taste of that and tell me what you think. Are you all local, boys?
Yeah, I'm Preston.
Yeah?
That's fantastic.
Have you had Morcambe Beach shrimps before?
Never.
No, I've never had
Fantastic.
shrimps. Never.
You live here and you've never had them before?
I lived in Morcambe for 20-odd years and never had them.
Did you not?
No.
So how long have you all been playing the ukes?
I've been playing for 13 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And yourself?
38 years.
38 years.
Man and boy.
Yeah? Do you consider yourself competent or brilliant?
I'd like to think I can play.
Do you?
I think we're all still learning. I don't think there's anybody stops learning, so...
Oh, give us a little solo.
There's always room for improvement.
Beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm very, very jealous. If you fancy cooking up Morcambe Bay shrimps at home, here's how I did it. This is a simple butter-based recipe. Potted shrimps are usually served cold with a solid plug of butter on top, but I'm going to serve this warm. Use salted butter. Next, add spices, mace and cayenne pepper. Half a teaspoon should be enough. I guess it depends on your personal taste. Throw in a bay leaf and add the cooked brown shrimps. After a generous squeeze of fresh lemon, give it a good stir and leave it to infuse. While the mix is still warm, put it in little dishes. If you want more details of what you've seen in today's show, you can go to itv.com/food. And there you have it, Morcambe Bay potted shrimps. Well, look, I hope you've enjoyed that. Would you mind, as a treat, giving me another song?
We'd love to, love to.
What are you going to sing for me this time?
Lean on lamppost.
Leaning on the lamppost.
I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a scented little lady comes by. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady comes by. I don't know if she'll get away, she doesn't always get away, but anyhow I know she'll try. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady comes by. There's no other girl
one line.
to wait for, but this one will be candidate for. I won't have to ask what she's late for. She'll never leave me for she's a girl like that. Oh, she's absolutely wonderful and marvellous and beautiful, and everyone can understand why. I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady passes by. I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady comes by.
That's it from Lancashire today. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.